Welcome to a fascinating journey through extraordinary places around the world. From the underground Church of St. John in France to Finlays Caves in Scotland, we'll explore natural wonders and historical mysteries that will take your breath away. Join us as we discover the beauty and mystery of these unique destinations. Number 1. The underground Church of St. John. Our next exciting story takes us to France, more specifically to the idyllic town of Aubert-sur-Dronne. Here is the monolithic underground stone-carved Church of St. John, which delights historians and tourists. According to what scholars have discovered, the church was originally designed to house valuable religious objects that were kept in a reliquary and protected from thieves. In the following centuries, the St. John Church was also used as a cemetery. Some historical sources suggest that the workers who carved the church directly into the limestone rock were inspired by the returning crusaders who brought back stories of underground temples and treasure chambers. Although the baptismal font in the center of the church was probably designed between the 4th and 1st centuries, it is possible that the church did not receive its final form until the 12th century. Number 2. It may sound like something crazy, but mole people are ordinary human beings who have chosen, or rather have been forced, to live as moles in the expansive underworld of Las Vegas. Beneath all the glitter and delight on its surface, there are people trapped in the most difficult and desperate circumstances. These are the so-called mole people. They occupy Las Vegas' network of tunnels and forgotten service passageways. Sadly, these types of people are not limited to the United States. Often, they are individuals who, for various reasons, have found themselves living in these underground spaces. This includes the homeless, runaways, and even those seeking a life away from society's gaze. The underground offers a form of shelter from the elements, a degree of privacy and, in some ways, security from the challenges faced on the streets. Living in the shadows is difficult. These places are often dangerous, without amenities, and often illegal to live in. The stories of people living underground gained attention in the 1990s thanks to Jennifer Toth's book, The Mole People: Life in the Tunnels Beneath New York City. The experiences of those who live in this underground world captivated the public. However, decades later, these people still remain in different parts of the world, hiding in the darkness and hoping that the rain does not wash away their modest shelters made of cardboard and other waste. Number 3. Devil's Tower. We will travel directly to the North American state of Wyoming to enjoy a truly peculiar and enigmatic geological wonder, the Devil's Tower. This formidable rock formation has become the protagonist of the territory it occupies, classified as a national park. The Devil's Tower is located in the middle of large, completely flat plains, being a monolith of volcanic origin. Its perfect shape and size make this rock formation, which seems to have appeared out of nowhere, the main attraction of Homan. Despite its modest height of only 386 meters, mountaineers who can ascend to heights of up to 8,000 meters are not able to scale it due to its practically vertical walls. Climbing to the top and, even more difficult, descending, becomes an almost impossible challenge. Although its origins are not entirely clear, recent studies suggest a volcanic origin, explaining its shape as a result of the cooling of lava to a specific temperature. Be that as it may, this rocky skyscraper is an ideal place for fans of the mysterious. Number 4. About 7,000 years ago the Guadalparal dolmen was created. This megalithic formation consists of 144 standing stones, some reaching up to 6 feet tall, arranged in a circular formation reminiscent of Stonehenge in England, earning it the same name. In addition to being known as the Guadalparal dolmen, this formation is also known as the Spanish Stonehenge. Although England's Stonehenge is more famous and iconic, the Guadalparal dolmen was built first. However, like Stonehenge, the purpose of the dolmen remains a mystery. Archaeologists believe it could have been a tomb, a site for religious rituals, or even a trading center due to its strategic location near the river. The structure was so significant that its builders transported granite stones from miles away to create it. But to this day we are not completely sure. This monument was first found and excavated in the 1920s by German archaeologist Hugo Obermeier, but its significance was not fully understood. In 1963, the megalithic structure was deliberately flooded to build the Valdecanas reservoir. For decades, the Guadalparal dolmen was underwater, only visible in parts. However, in 2019, a drought hit Europe and Spain was affected. The Guadalparal dolmen fully emerged, generating new interest in its study and requests for its relocation to protect it. However, moving an archaeological site is difficult, and to this day, the Spanish Stonehenge remains in place, only visible when the waters recede. Number 5. Elephant Rock. If you go into the Valley of Fire State Park, in the southern Nevada desert, you can see a rock formation that resembles an animal. Located thousands of kilometers away, it is known as Elephant Rock and has a body similar to that of an elephant, complete with a super long trunk that reaches to the ground. Best of all, it only takes about 500 meters of light hiking to reach it from the trailhead, making it a great place to visit for people of all physical abilities. Number 6. Dinosaur Footprints. I don't know about you, but I've always been fascinated with dinosaurs. It's incredible to see all the traces these incredible creatures left behind, from their bone fossils to their footprints. That's exactly what park rangers discovered at a Texas state park in 2022. This was possible because of a 2-year drought that hit the area with rising temperatures and significantly less rain. The river that runs through the park receded, with some parts drying up completely. This revealed magnificent dinosaur footprints that experts believe are more than 113 million years old. The footprints discovered are probably from a creature called Acrocanthosaurus, a giant that lived in the forests of North America. It measured up to 15 feet tall and 38 feet long, weighing as much as 3 small cars. It had spines on its back that supported a muscular ridge, which is believed to have had several purposes, such as supporting its body or regulating temperature. Although it is not clear how he lived, his size and characteristics would have made him dominant in his time. Number 7. Andromeda Theater. There is a strange area suspended between the ground and the stars in Santo Casquina, in the province of Agrigento, Italy. It is the Andromeda Theater, a mirror of the sky that is not yet widely known by most people, but offers a unique spectacle. The construction is well lit by natural light and there is no evidence of artifice or electrical aid. Everything has been designed to integrate with nature, providing a unique spectacle where time seems to be suspended in an endless interval between the present, the past, and the future. Number 8. 400-year-old church. Perhaps this is one of the most incredible discoveries in this video. For many years, a church could be seen rising from the surface of the waters of one of the reservoirs in Mexico, or rather, the top of a church was accessible. This could only be reached by boat and it is difficult to believe that the entire structure is beneath the waters, and yet, that is what a drought in 2023 revealed. That year, an intense heat wave spread in several parts of Mexico. The state of Chiapas was one of the most affected, leading many bodies of water in the area to reach dangerously low levels. The church, built in the 16th century by Dominican friars, was partially submerged for decades in the Neak Coyal reservoir. However, due to a drought, the entire structure was exposed. Originally, the church was a place of worship for the inhabitants of the village of Sanan Kachula, but in 1966 it was deliberately flooded to build the Neak Coyal hydroelectric dam. Number 9. Mysterious Labuan Chimney. A 100-foot-tall red brick chimney sits on a rise in the north of Labuan Island, off the coast of East Malaysia. In terms of chimneys, it's nothing special, just a square brick tower with 2 arches at the base and a beautiful cornice at the top. But why was it created? It has baffled archaeologists for decades. Various hypotheses have been proposed to explain its purpose, from being an incomplete house to a lighthouse or a bell tower. The most likely explanation connects the chimney to previous coal mining operations in the area. According to experts, it was part of this new brick manufacturing facility. Number 10. Stray cow. Between 1,000 and 4,000 pounds, that's how heavy mature bulls are, while females weigh up to 2,400 pounds, depending on the species. Cows can measure up to 145 centimeters in height and have a body length of up to 250 centimeters. That being said, cows have no business inside a sewer, and yet a cow in Fujian province, China, was found stuck in a sewer. This incident strangely occurred over a decade ago, involving a local farmer's cow, Shang Shu. Shang claimed that he spent 4 entire days trying to find his cow. By the 4th day, he was already losing hope of ever seeing a cow again. The cow called for help in an unusual way, with a loud moo. The villagers found her head poking out of an open manhole, surprised to see her there. Although cows do not usually fall into sewers, this one found itself in that situation without its owner knowing how. Fortunately, she was easily rescued and went back to grazing as if nothing had happened. Number 11. Finlays Caves, the fog that sometimes envelopes the island, 8 miles west of Mull in Scotland's Inner Hebrides, is as thick as the mists that hide the truth about Fingal. Approached from the water, Finlays Cave seems too beautiful, too architecturally planned to be natural, a heart-shaped hole 42 feet high and surrounded by the same hexagonal basalt columns that line the Giant's Causeway in Ireland. North. It was one of Scotland's first tourist attractions. It is a meeting place for celebrities such as Wordsworth, Keats, and Cher. This is because Finlays Cave has another feature which is reflected in its Gaelic name, An Wain Bin, or the Music Cave. The crystalline acoustics created by the basalt columns and vaulted ceiling led Mendelssohn to compose his Hebrides Overture, a marvelous work of art. Number 12. 200 people partying. In 2017, in Newcastle, United Kingdom, local authorities made a rather unusual discovery. It turns out that they encountered 200 people in the sewers. Yes, you heard right. What were they doing there? Turns out they were having a party. The police were shocked to discover that people were partying in the sewer at 4 a.m. When they interviewed one of the attendees, he even said that there was no unpleasant smell, allowing them to party as if nothing had happened. However, the authorities were not happy. In addition to disturbing local residents, these people were also putting themselves in danger. After this incident, authorities did not find people partying in the sewer again. We are left to wonder if they stopped doing it or if they simply became more clever at hiding. Number 13. Skellig Michael is one of 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the Republic of Ireland. This place is home to St. Fionnan's Monastery, one of the country's first foundations, located on a stunning rock off the coast of Kerry. The monks who lived at Skellig Michael prayed and slept in beehive-shaped stone houses, many of which still stand today. In the 10th century, the monks left the island and it became a place of pilgrimage and refuge for Catholics during the penal laws. To follow in the footsteps of the monks, it is necessary to climb 618 high and uneven steps. Getting to Skellig Michael can be difficult, but it is worth the effort. In addition to its rich history, the island has a tremendous abundance of avian life. The island has the second largest colony of gannets in the world. Number 14. Gunjawamp is an archaeological site near Groton, Connecticut, in the United States. This place is famous for its numerous stone structures, although there is no agreement on their age or function. Several hypotheses have been proposed about its origin, from Native American constructions to European colonial constructions. One of the most striking hypotheses suggests that the Gunjawamp structures were built by Irish monks between the 6th and 8th centuries. This claim is based on the presence of similar structures in Ireland and the idea that these monks sailed across the Atlantic to avoid the Vikings. However, this claim lacks solid evidence and has been the subject of controversy among scholars. Number 15. The Barabar Caves are a set of rock-cut caverns in the Indian state of Bihar. These caves are of significant antiquity, dating back to the Mauryan period, making them the oldest rock-cut caves in India. They are known for their inscriptions, some of which date back to the period of the Mauryan monarch, Ashoka. These caves are located on the Barabar Hill and the adjacent Nagarjun Hill, with some considered as a separate group of caves. They were carved from solid granite bedrock and most have 2 chambers. The first would have hosted large gatherings of devotees, while the second contained a stupa, a mound-shaped structure containing relics. The architecture of these caves is especially notable due to the Mauryan polishing inside the chambers, which produces a distinctive echo effect. This effect would have had an impact on the worshippers gathered in the caves, adding a spiritual dimension to the experience.